And we're off again. Oh shit, wait. I did this and I still fucked it up. I wore this to make a costume change between episodes, damn it. Shit. E-Tid, shout out, R.I.P. What's up, Zachary?
It's been going, man. How are you?
I'm good. Fucking, running to 4,000 RPMs constantly, but I'm good. We're about to go see Zashed. So,
Oh, yeah.
Are you going?
Oh, yeah. Man, I remember when I first saw them, they were opening for Kanashi, and it was, for them being so young,
It's crazy.
like, I was just blown away.
Yeah, it's shockingly good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like unbelievable, man. They're going to do some wild shit.
I know. And literally, like, it was almost every single show, it's been on the up and up and up for them. And, like, they're, like, with bands like Zashed, for being so young, it's really good for the hardcore scene.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
well, like, the last time you were on was, like, probably 2.5 years ago. And look at all the things you've done in 2.5 years. Because in that episode, I remember you telling me you were, like, 18. And I was like, whoa, what? Like,
yeah, that was it's been wild, like ever since like the start, like ever since I was on that episode, it was like just everything's just been happening. Everything that's been good has been happening.
you've been running a gun. And how many bands are you in right now?
I would say like 3. Yeah.
I would say 3, but maybe 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe 17.
Right. Depends on what day it is, whose house I'm at.
Exactly. Sometimes I just gotta play like double duty at times.
We've got the Espionage Act, Mismanage,
Yes.
and Luke
Shoemaker.
Luke Shoemaker.
Yeah.
That's right. Are y'all are like his band though, right? Y'all are like a backup band.
Yeah, we just play like we play the backup, but we also help out like within other things.
Like
So
writing and stuff, or is that all him? Y'all just play what he's writing?
he's mostly the writer.
Okay.
I also take on like putting together like the big show part.
You're very good at that. Yeah.
Like we played the state fair, and I was kind of in charge of putting together a in-ear monitor rig,
right.
And also try to set up stage plots and make sure like whenever we get there, it's like, here, this is our plot.
That's smart, man. You got to have that shit, especially messing around with them bigger stages is a different thing altogether, isn't it?
Yeah. It's funny because like when I first ever played live, my first ever show was with a band called Bad Habit, and we played at Sticky's, and I thought that was like a big venue, because like it is.
It's decent size.
It's a decent size. Yeah. Like you could fit quite a few people in there.
I'm not sure what their cap is, but it's got to be like 200 Stickies. What's the cap in Stickies? It's got to be 2 something.
Yeah, something around there.
Especially minus tables. I wouldn't either. I mean, I don't think it's bigger than Vino's. It's just a different shape.
Exactly. Like it's also the higher ceilings as well.
It makes it seem more grand than it is. Yeah. For sure.
And then like as I'm here now, not only have I like played bigger stages, than the Rev Room, but I've also gone all the way up to New York to play.
That's sick, dude.
And I'm just a weird Asian kid that's from Arkansas that just happened to pick up an instrument, man.
A couple of them.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah, but you dove head first into it though. You went for it. Here, push that a little bit closer.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, there you go. That's what it really is, man. It's like you can be the weird Asian kid from Little Rock, Arkansas, but the reason you're the weird little Asian kid from Arkansas in New York is because you started doing shit and you never stopped and you pushed yourself. I mean, you got into in-ear stuff, and I remember, and then you were like telling me, you were like, now all your bands are doing it, right? Mm-hmm. Y'all are all rocking in-ear setups. You're just like, oh, I figured it out for this band. Why not spread it across the board?
Exactly. And the way that we have it set up, because each band is a lot different than the next.
Very.
Like
you could hold your. Oh, you did the Zach show, the multi-genre Zach show. Yeah. I was gonna say you could hold your own show, but that actually happened.
Yeah. It. By the way, that was not me that put that together.
I know.
It was Billy that put it together, and he was like, "Hey, it'd be funny if let's see if we can kill Zach." Yeah. and then like all of a sudden one day it was like, oh hey, I booked a show. Mismanaged booked a show, and I'm like, that's weird. They usually tell me about it, but you know what? All right. Oh, Espionage just booked a show. Wait, hold up. And then
Shoemaker just booked a show.
Yeah, and then Nickels and Dimes, the reggae band. Yep. I was like, something's up. Some
Wait, none of them told you where and when?
No.
It was just kind of getting these confirmations?
Yeah, they didn't tell. And then
so did you find out when we all found out?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
They just sprung that shit on you?
Yeah. Apparently it's been in the, like, when I finally joined that group chat, it's been in the work for like 2 months, and I didn't even know anything about it.
That's pretty awesome. You're just like, I guess I have no choice.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I put it out there.
Yeah, like, I like got on. I was like, y'all are all assholes, but I love you guys.
That's pretty fucking rad, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh man, I am so lucky to be in the bands that I'm in.
Y'all seem to have a really good fucking time, like all of them.
Oh man, it's so great. Like, I remember this one. So, Espionage was just in the studio last night.
No shit.
Yeah, we recorded at Red Room Studios with John LeCompte.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah, and that's where we tracked our first song, Airy Blue.
So you just did a track, not like a EP or something?
We're working on an EP.
Ah, okay.
So we were working on one of the songs, and what's funny, well, what's great about being with people that I love just hanging out with, it's almost like friends friends first,
It's just hanging out, really.
Yeah.
Then you just get to play music also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And basically, we were doing this one track because we were spending the whole night on just working on gang vocals. And yeah. So, and I thought, it'd be funny. What if we just like went and bought a bunch of just like different glass bottles and stuff, and like had like clinking sounds through it. Mm-hmm. Now, here's the deal. I'm straight edge. So like, for me, like,
somebody had to empty those bottles.
No. I basically was like, here, take it.
Oh, y'all just went and bought beer?
Yeah, we went and bought beer, and basically, even when I wasn't straight edge, I didn't drink it because shit tastes like lighter fluid to me. But
you're not wrong. It 100% is not.
Until it doesn't.
Yeah.
The first time I had beer, and I was like, this is terrible.
Yeah.
And then now I can drink.
It's like
not that bad.
You just kill off your taste buds until they stop responding to the god awful flavor of it all.
I mean, hey, I'll say this. I used to really like Angry Orchard, and that's not a beer, but
it's really good though. That is fucking straight. I mean, that's apple juice, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's
exactly.
Adult apple juice. Those are the kind of things though that come at you that's too good because you don't really realize it, and then you're 7 ciders in, and you're
yeah.
you know.
Oh yeah, no. There was this because JC, who's in both Luke Shoemaker and
Huber?
Yeah, Huber.
Yeah, Huber.
And so basically there's so many different stories that I can tell you, just like some really funny ones. There was this, so I also do in fill-in work, you know,
Right.
like if someone like says, "Hey, can you fill in? I'll pay you." Yeah.
Like a studio musician. Yeah, like
Yeah.
a sit-in. Yeah.
So I filled in for this this Christian metal band, and the material was really good. I loved the material. You know, I don't really practice a whole lot, but you know, I liked it.
Sure.
So we were getting ready for this show in Tulsa, and this was the first time I ever played out of state. And JC was the guitarist, and we had just met Brandon Hall.
Okay.
So that's kind of how we all started to hang out together.
Oh, okay.
So we go to Tulsa, and so we decide, you know, let's have a good time. Before we play the show tomorrow, let's
Let loose.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we go drive around looking for the nearest liquor store, you know, and which, believe it or not, a lot of them are closed after like 11 in Tulsa.
Yeah.
And it
They have some really strange liquor laws in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 3% canned beer. Like, nothing can be over 3%. I did it, like, my wife's family's from there, and straight up drink like a whole 30-pack and just be sitting there like, man, this sucks.
Yeah. Well, the thing was, we like went and found this like liquor store that was just straight up. It was huge, like it was almost the Walmart of you know,
Yeah.
bigger than Lake Liquor in Maumelle.
Yeah.
So like big.
That's massive. Like
And,
a warehouse of booze.
Yeah. So anyway, we get there, and like JC goes in, he comes back out, and Brandon's wife comes in, and there was another buddy of ours. Let's just call him John.
Okay.
We don't see John for 45 minutes.
At the liquor store?
Yeah. Like I'm just sitting out in the car because I was like, I don't.
Yeah.
I've been driving. Let me just sit. And we don't see him for 45 minutes. And apparently Brandon and JC were just like, yeah, he was in there with a shopping cart. I'm like, who uses a shopping cart at a liquor store? That's how you know this dude means business.
It's shocking when you see it in person.
I know.
You're like, holy shit.
And like basically they were like, man, this dude was like browsing, and like this dude was like picking up stuff, like almost like Snow White, just like picking the flowers, you know.
This one and this one.
damn near like took
Just
his hand.
raking
Yeah.
it into the thing. Yeah.
So about 45 minutes later, he comes out with. Keep in mind, everyone else has a bag.
And he's got a shopping cart.
No, this dude brought a box.
A box of booze.
A box like full of hard liquor, and I was like, so what all do you got in there? Yes.
Whatever you want.
And then we get back to the hotel, we open it, and we look in there, and it's like two different types of Pink Whitney, like some like two different types of Jack Daniels, and like so many other drinks. And I was just like,
that's dangerous.
Yeah. Why did you? Yeah, no. Like after seeing that, I was like, no.
How many of you are there? There's not enough that doesn't seem like to facilitate that much alcohol.
No. Like
No.
I don't know. Like
He just wanted to make sure y'all all just
yeah, like it was it was just like almost like it was overkill because we were only there for 2 days.
Sounds like alcohol poisoning waiting to happen.
Yeah, like that's the type of stuff. You're sitting in the middle of the hotel without any pants and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they're wheeling you out on a fucking luggage cart.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, we still talk about that.
Had a few of those nights myself.
I have too. But
when you're out there, man, and you're bored and alcohol and young and you want to do crazy shit,
yeah.
It happens fast.
Yeah. The thing was like because I've started to realize like I really didn't like myself.
Sure.
You know.
I get that.
So I just said, you know what? I'm just not going to drink. I'm done drinking. Not going to smoke.
That's
anything.
fair. Were you smoking?
Not really.
No.
Like, it was like a cigar every now and then.
Sure.
But like,
Something more casual.
yeah.
Yeah. Not like a pack of cigarettes a day or nothing.
No.
Yeah.
But it was probably the best decision I've made for myself. Because
how old are you now? 22?
I'm 21.
21.
Like, I really this was like about 4 months ago when I decided just to stop doing
Just
it.
quit doing all of it.
Yeah. And now like at this point, because there's now like a straight edge group chat that I just got put into.
Sure.
And they're like, listen, man, if you break edge, we gotta jump you.
Oh no.
I was like,
Leave group.
what?
This is gang activity.
I know.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Are we bringing back crews? Like, you know, and I look in the group and I'm like, okay, I didn't know you were.
There's so many people
yeah.
that are. I mean,
Yeah. Well, what was funny was like I would scroll through and it's like, yeah, I know you. I didn't know you were straight edge, Sergey. Like,
oh, he is too.
Yeah,
that makes sense though. He's like body guy, really into his physique.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Literally, like I was he came with us down to, up to Fayetteville for New Year's, and
Did y'all play?
Yeah, we played at Nomad's Trailside.
Was it the Espionage Act band?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what was funny was like you can definitely tell that he was, because everyone else in the band drinks except for me.
Right.
And I'll just go get like a Pepsi or something and just have fun.
Right.
But this dude was like, this is a lot of alcohol here. Yeah, that's
New Year's Eve party, man. It's gonna be just.
Yeah.
That's all it is, really.
Yeah, and yeah, I love that dude to death.
He's a wild dude.
I've actually known him for like 4 years.
No shit.
Yeah. So the first ever show that I met him at, it was this show at the Metroplex when that was still a thing.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Miss that place.
It was really cool.
It's a good spot for mid to bigger, like that weird spot where they're still big, sorta.
Yeah, it was like the old hall, you know.
Yeah.
The hall probably gets bigger people, but you know, it was still really cool. I've seen Seether there. I saw the Dropkick Murphys there.
Yeah, they did play there.
I saw Candlebox there.
I saw Deftones. That's probably the last band I saw there.
I wish I could see the Deftones.
It's good. It's not as quite as electrifying as it used to be. I will say that because I've seen them, growing up through. Like I've seen them a few times. They were definitely a lot. They're older now, so they don't do what they used to. But man, back in the day, holy smokes!
Oh yeah, I would watch like videos, like concert videos, and it's just like madness.
Chino he was real good with those full body thrusts. Where you're just chucking your whole body around like you're like a shark gotcha in the water.
Oh yeah. Like, to be honest, I don't know how he doesn't like fling himself forward and
fall off the stage or some shit.
Yeah, I know. like turn yourself into a human slingshot, you know?
Yeah.
And
There's gotta be. He's had to have done it.
Yeah,
at
I
least
know,
once.
that's-
like now that
I'm
you
like-
say that, like there's no way he hasn't done it.
no, like I'm like with the amount of shows that they've done and the amount of stuff that they've done, there is probably a video out there where he accidentally
Flung himself.
flung himself into a crowd, and he probably played it off as stage dive, you know.
For sure.
But I know like at least every single musician's had something like that, you know.
What, like a mishap?
Yeah, like a
Dude, yeah.
like falling off the stage mishap, you know.
Or, you know, in my case, like I've had quite a few like trip and fall into another human, and then just dogpile on the stage. You know, just a dogpile of musicians.
Yeah.
That's happened quite a bit actually. I used to do it on purpose, to be honest. I had this weird thing where I would be like, "Oh, you're not moving around enough," and so I had this neat little move where I'd come up next to you and I'd hook the back of your leg and just kind of pull, and it would just kind of, you know, that thing where your friend will just go doot to the back of your knee and you'll just kind of fucking buckle. I would do that, but with my foot, and I would just kind of pull it forward. And one time in particular, I did it to them. They fell into me. I fell down, and then the singer was walking and then fell over all of us. This is at Vino's too. It was so fun. We were young, you know, trying to be as crazy as humanly possible.
I mean, yeah, that like I will say like one of the like My Hands to War and like I also Lame Johnny, and, you know.
Shout out.
Yeah. Like
I love Lame Johnny.
Exactly. But basically like y'all guys are some of the most like electrifying like it's those sets that I just remember just because of how crazy they get,
right.
You know.
They do get kind of crazy. The Lame Johnny one, I think it's just more the fierceness of it all. I get real that's when all my little anger demons come out.
Yeah.
I'm just like, fuck. I'm just a lot of middle fingers, really.
I mean, yeah, that was. I used to have a band called Outshined, and it was kind of like a '68 type of band.
Is it from Outshined?
Yeah, it was grungy. It was hardcore.
Outshined? No. We had a band in high school named Outshined, actually.
Oh yeah.
And they were they were more of a homage to what was that, Stone Temple Pilots? Is that
Oh, that
Outshine song?
Oh, that's a Soundgarden.
Is it Soundgarden?
Yeah.
It's more of like that whole fucking era, man. Like all those bands kind of had the same vibe going on, really. What was the other one with the guy, Lane Staley? I can remember the
Alice
guy.
in Chains.
Alice in Chains, yeah.
Yeah.
Saw them right before everything went to hell.
Man, I wish I could see Alice in Chains.
You should. They are fucking phenomenal live. That was crazy.
Okay, bet.
I mean, no, but their vocalist, there's no difference, man. Like, there's genuinely no difference between him and, like, sound-wise, I never got to see him with Lane Staley, so I guess I can't say that for sure. But the dude's incredible.
Yeah. There was this one band that John showed me that he used to be a part of called Eight Eyes, and that sounded so much like Alice in Chains.
Yeah,
like,
Eight Eyes.
That was and yeah, it was like I was like, man, that is like middle school me just listening, thinking I was like, you know, the coolest. Because I was like, have you ever heard of this band? This is called Nirvana.
You like Nirvana, boy? Well, do I have a band for you? This was called Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
Like everyone in their 30s is like, yes.
And it's almost like I bet you're like not like surprised. I bet you're surprised that I know this. Yeah, they're cool.
Then you get in underground, then shit starts getting real weird because the the typical most like a lot of people's evolution is how heavy can you go down the rabbit hole till you find that point where you're like, maybe this is a little too much.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of going through that right now because like there'll be points where I'll just kind of see just what is out there.
Oh, for sure. Like you do those deep dives, you'll be on YouTube just, okay, well that logo looks crazier than the last logo. What's this, you know? Or this video, there's someone's head is missing.
Yeah, it's just like, well, now we're here. Now we're at like slamcore death crunk or something like that.
Just the infinite amount of genres because somebody wants to be different. So they're like, we added DJs to this whatever. Slam
exactly.
crunk, whatever you just said.
And then their logo just looks like a grass plot. You know, it's just you don't know what the fuck it says.
It actually is just a picture of grass.
Yeah, I know. Man, I went to the Terminal Nation show at the Eyes Up House when it was the album. Yeah,
the album release show one.
Yeah, that was, which to me that was, other than the Kublai Khan show, this was like my first like hardcore show. Like this was the first time that was Second Life's first show, but this was the first time I saw Terminal Nation. This was the first time I ever experienced a death metal band. This was like there was a whole bunch of firsts. This was
one hell of a show to experience a bunch of firsts at.
Yeah, because like literally in first song of the Terminal Nation set, it was like Cognitive Dissonance, where it's basically that first like 2 drum hits, you know? By that time, like after like the second drum hit, I've already gotten kicked in the back, like punched in the back of the head, you know, someone's fucking baby's dying in the pit, like, you know, and someone's throwing water.
Oh yeah.
You know, and I'm just like, you know what? This is kind of sweet.
This is pretty cool. I think I'll go get myself knocked out.
Yeah, I know. And then later that night, Jeremy tackled me, and I was like sitting in the back, and what
did he break his fucking
leg? He broke his leg. Like
doing that, right?
Yeah. Well, okay. If you ever ask him about it, he will say that he did not tackle me. He tackled into me. Oh. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean. It's, I guess, unintentional tackling, I guess. But.
I know. Basically, like, he was like, I was trying to go for another guy, but you just happened to be in the way. And literally, like, that was why I, like, came outside, because you were sitting outside, and I was, like, in the fetal position on the ground.
I know. I was just like, are you okay, bud? And you were like, just like not having it, dude. You just
he like tackled me in the crotch, man. I know. I was just, and
I think it wasn't shortly after that something happened to you at Vino's too, and I was like, this poor kid is gonna fucking die in one of these mosh pits.
No, I remember that. It was the Tanner Melton Memorial Show.
It wasn't much longer. I feel like. I mean, maybe because of the pandemic, it could have been a whole fucking year. Who knows? But,
yeah, there. Probably one of the best ones was like the Tanner Melton Memorial Show, you know, and that was the first time I really actually got to talk to Anthony Tiernan.
Oh, okay.
Because I was on the Discord server with everyone and we'd play video games, but I never really got to actually like meet him and talk to him.
Sure.
Again, I'm a new person in the scene.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, he's cool. We're just chatting. All of a sudden, Second Life gets on. He puts in a mouth guard.
Yep.
And I was like, what
you doing there, buddy?
What you got there? And he's like, yo, sir.
Yeah.
And then like it was like a breakdown. All of a sudden, like as I start moshing, I get just kicked in the face.
Yeah. I'm not surprised by that at all.
The thing was, I didn't even see him. I didn't even see him.
He's a fucking real pit ninja, that guy, man.
And it didn't hurt, you know? It stung a little bit.
It's more shocking, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like getting hit in the face. It's like it hurts, but it doesn't. And what the fuck was that? And like
Yeah.
your brain's trying to put all the information together.
Yeah, and
It's like when a kid falls and they're sitting there thinking like, do I cry? Do I not cry? Like, what is happening?
straight up, like literally, I got kicked in the face, and I just kind of sat there, and I was just, huh? And then I see him, and then I see Tiernan just just going off, turning himself into a human Beyblade, and like.
Yo, fucking mark that down. That's gotta be a clip. What the fuck, dude? That's so funny, Zach.
But straight up, like, and
Tweet that shit right now. Anthony Tiernan is a human Beyblade. Quotes Zach Smith. Dude.
and here was the deal. That wasn't even the worst that happened to me that night either. You know what I mean?
Man, that tickled me to death. Holy shit.
Because that wasn't even the worst.
You got put down pretty hard that night, right? That's the one where you were like a ghost for a second.
Yeah, because so Matt, I love the dude. I love that dude to death. Matt Johnson.
Okay.
Matt Johnson of Second Life.
Hey, we just had him on.
Seriously, like his band's really, really fucking good. So
That's unreal.
now, it was during like one of the band. It was like the third band that went on that night, and then I see Matt starting to mosh. So I'm like, cool. So then I mosh along with it.
Sure.
And then all of a sudden, I'm on the ground. Like, I don't remember being from point A to point B. I don't remember the journey.
Just that.
Yeah. And I remember getting carried out, just like carried out to the side. And I see Matt just,
Oh, yeah.
he was like, I could tell he genuinely felt bad. And he walked over to me like after the set and was like, "Hey, here's a t-shirt." I felt bad.
Sorry. Yeah.
And
well, he shut you off like a computer program.
yeah. Well, and the thing was, I felt bad and still gave him $20.
That's how nice everybody is. They're like, I feel so bad. Here's this thing. Oh man, now I feel bad. Here, you have this thing.
It was.
Man, now
It was
feel
the
bad.
like.
I'll give it to the homeless guy outside.
Yeah, it was the most Canadian thing that ever happened. It was like, oh, sorry.
So say sorry about that.
and he was like, I'm not taking it. I'm like, you are taking it, and he was like, no, and he's like, or what? You're gonna knock me down again? Like,
what are you gonna do? Kill me this time? Finish me off? You murderer!
and then he was like, fine. And there have been so many different times where I've just messed myself up. Like even at Silent Planet.
Did you get hurt there?
Yeah, I got hurt.
Of course you did.
Yeah. It was like I overextended my arm.
Ooh, did that too much?
Yeah.
Too much pull through? Ouch.
Yeah. And basically like I felt something immediately wrong, and I thought I just broke my arm. But
oh shit.
Basically I went back out, and I was like I don't know. I don't know what to do.
You don't want to see. You don't want to look. You're just like, oh God, what is it? And then you start slowly bending your appendages to make sure everything works good.
Yeah, and it's like, fingers
dude,
good.
getting hurt is a real motherfucker.
Oh no, yeah. There's been so many different. To be honest, like that, the Vino's floor is really sometimes very traumatizing.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Like, and the thing is, because again,
that Kubla Khan one, dude, just that show.
Dude.
There was so many fucking people I saw like, oh, they're gonna, holy shit. I mean, the floor, it was so hot. The floor, the floor was liquid.
Yeah.
So that just sets yourself up for disaster.
Yeah.
People getting hurt left and right.
I remember trying to mosh at that show, and that was before, I started really knowing about, like, crowd killing.
Right.
This was when I was still like, oh, push mosh,
Push motion. Yeah.
you know, and
They get old fashioned stuff there.
exactly, you know, back in my day,
In my day, we just pushed each other around a little bit. Tap your toe.
Yeah.
Bang your head.
and then if you try to
Push your
mosh,
friend down.
and then if you mosh wrong, you get jumped outside.
Well, you are
What?
definitely right about that, sir.
I know,
Got a few
like,
of those stories.
ooh,
Been there, done that.
Yeah, I didn't do it.
I'm
I saw that shit quite a few times.
nah. I like, I'm glad that I'm in the scene now where
In my day.
there was because I hang out with Matt like a lot, and he would just tell me different stories about just like how people would just be jumped left and right, and I'm like, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
why? Why?
Well, you know, did
'Cause
you
I'm-
exist? Did you go to the thing you loved? Well, there's a good chance you might get beat up later.
Like,
There was not really a good reason, man.
why did you curb stomp? Because
My
he was
friend-
wearing the wrong shirt. I was like, what?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
He was moshing wrong. You know. But
Yeah, you're in here at the best time. I feel like it's just becoming more the best too. Like
Yeah.
there's like the heyday, whichever we talk about the heyday all day, but there's a new time right now that is just like this motherfucker is gonna be the heyday people refer to when they're old. Because this shit is crazy. Everyone's being, for the most part, everybody's trying to get along and not really too many issues. It's wild, man. It's a fucking amazing
Yeah.
time right now.
it's like the death metal and hardcore guys are, now like they've
Everybody's just trying to have fun, man.
Yeah.
The whole world got fucked up.
and it's yeah.
We're all just trying to have a good time now. Seems like.
Yeah, and what I've noticed is like there's a good harmony of like push moshers versus
I think there's both.
yeah, there's both, and
You can have both. You
Yeah.
can have whatever you want as long as you just make room for the thing, right?
yeah, like that's what I, and that's cool. You'll see like the two steppers.
Very
in
cool.
there.
Dude, y'all's the cover show y'all did. Y'all had a huge push mosh pit.
Yeah, that was so that was a whole story.
That was fun.
You
That
know,
was fun.
it was-
I'm glad
it was
I came
great.
to that. Yeah. It turned out really well for being like not supposed to happen.
Yeah, it was. We were all like super like just nervous on how it was going to turn out.
Because didn't you do Blink 182 in a day?
Yeah.
You learned
So-
all that shit like the day before.
Yeah, because we had two bands drop, and
Yeah.
it was like a few days before the show, and I was talking to Matt and Jackson, and I was like, "What are we gonna do?" And JC texts me. He's like, "Hey, so I had this idea. So we're gonna get the drummer for this band and a guitarist, and I'll play bass, and we're gonna do Blink 182. We got the songs all good. Like everyone's a good musician, and I knew all of them, and they were all very good. I was like, that's cool, man. Yeah, you can totally do this. Please do." And he's like, "Yeah. Can you sing it?" And,
Yeah.
and I was like, and I was just like, "Oh, okay, okay."
So you never practiced with them?
So we never practiced as a unit. The first time we all played together.
Was on stage at
Yes.
the show. As just a cover act for one
Yes.
night.
Like
That's wild, dude. I would,
the day it was like the 2 days before that show, I was with the guitarist, like helping him with any of the guitar stuff.
right.
And then that next night, we had a rehearsal where it was the drummer and bassist, and I just picked up the guitar just so we can just play it.
Didn't you play guitar too, though?
For like 2 songs.
2 songs, okay. It was fun as fuck.
Yeah,
Everyone was having
great.
a great time.
Yeah, I was. That was like, it was really, really fun.
That's why I wanted you to come to the Shimfo show.
I really was trying, man.
Didn't your mom bring a bunch of toys?
Yeah. Yeah, my mom brought like a lot of different toys.
I was like, because I watched that and I was like, hey, we used to do in Lame Johnny, we used to did a cover for Keep It Together for the Kids. Mm-hmm. It was just like the first half of the song. I was like, let's just open with just that first bit there. And then as soon as the chorus would pop in, you just pop into a Shimfo song.
Yeah.
And they were like, who's going to sing that? I was like, I bet Zachary would do it. I was like, he just did it.
I would have 100% done it if I wasn't working,
Yeah. So what do? You said you were shooting a music video or something.
Oh no. So I work for a civil engineering firm now called Garver.
Okay, smarty pants.
I am far from smart. I am not intelligent at all. So
Intelligent.
yeah. So
Smart enough to make that joke.
yeah. But basically, I work on the communications team.
Okay.
So I'm working around cameras, videos, and it's a bunch
Oh, I see.
of corporate video stuff.
Gotcha. Like, oh, Bill can't Zoom.
So
You got to go down to Bill's office.
it's like if there's an announcement coming up, especially if it's like a big dude that's like giving the announcement, we got to make sure that like there's a creative writing team that's like making sure that
Everything's just on par, running on all cylinders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then we go to that location, set up lighting, cameras, and stuff like that.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, I love it.
How did you find that job?
So my dad actually works in IT at Garver, and he's been working there for like 10 plus years.
Oh shit. Okay.
So and he referred me
Sure.
to go check out this check out the comms team and at least get some sort of internship with it. So
That's what's up.
and basically like there's been weeks where I'll go travel with the team to like the different offices, you know.
Is it just in-state stuff or?
No, it's out of state. Like
Really?
I've gone to Oklahoma like
Seems like a pretty
3
kick-ass
different
job,
times.
dude.
Oh, I love it, man.
Yeah.
I'm like compared to like a lot of other jobs that I've had, you know, it's like
Is it chill with your music schedule stuff?
yeah.
Yeah.
Weekends are I don't work weekends. So
Oh, fair. That's all you really need.
yeah. And plus they're super flexible as well. There have been times where I'll like have something that I've scheduled way in advance, and they'll be like, "Hey, man, just let us know if you're not going to be here tomorrow. Like, it's all good." Like,
Oh shit.
and it's like, what? Usually, it's like I put this out in like a month, and y'all guys say no. Like,
Right. Oh, for most jobs you're saying?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah.
and it's still just like so like I love it, and plus I get to write scores for some of the videos.
shit.
I get
Get to make the background music. Oh, cool.
and not gonna lie, like I would also slip in a few songs of my own, you know.
We're just gonna turn this into a MIDI file and
Yeah.
drag and drop.
We're gonna let's use this melody line.
Yeah.
That's a totally original melody line.
Just put it on. Just put some piano on there and call it good.
Yeah. and that's and yeah, whenever we go out to shoot something, I'm like helping with making sure everything looks and sounds good.
That's awesome. You living on your own yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Right now I'm just trying to get through college.
Oh, you're in college.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
I'm like I have like a semester left.
Were you in college last time we talked?
Yes.
Were you?
I just
Started?
Yeah.
Oh, how about that? It's just one semester, so you'll be done this year, May? Mm-hmm. Oh, snap.
So I'm
And what's the degree?
communications.
Perfect. How about that?
Yeah. And hopefully I'll have some sort of career after. Like, that's if music doesn't work out.
Well,
But
you know, that's the thing about that is you know, just have a fallback. Kind of keep doing it,
Yeah.
whatever. Keep people in the know, and then if that shit don't work, you can always just be like, all right, Bill, I'm ready to go.
yeah,
You know?
that's the thing, because everyone in my department's also a big like music person.
Right.
There's someone in our who's a photographer at our department that's like really big into metalcore and stuff like that.
That's what's up. So y'all can have like good conversations.
Oh yeah, and because we were talking about the August Burns Red show that's gonna be coming up, and I'm going, and
They're
lot
wild.
of yeah,
Yeah.
and also Devil Wears Prada too. Like
That's
it's
so crazy. That's so good. They're so good live too.
Mhm.
I haven't seen them in a while, but every time I've seen them before has been unhinged.
I am ready to see them live.
That front man is visceral. That man is wild.
Oh yeah, it's really cool to see like these bands that you kind of listen to when just come to like a place like Arkansas. You know, it's because I grew up listening to like Green Day and stuff like that.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
and a lot of punk bands, and you rarely see any those punk bands come to Arkansas. You know.
Like that style of punk rock?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going
Like,
to be few and far between.
You know, like the Bomb, like anything from Fat Records.
Yeah.
You know, like I haven't really seen here, but you know,
I mean, who was the? I'm trying to think of the last band. Oh, probably the Dropkick Murphys. Honestly,
yeah.
didn't they just have a punk band at that Hot Springs thing though? It was like pretty prominent. Was it? It might have been Dropkick Murphys again. I don't know.
Was there?
I can't remember. I never can remember, man. That that world's shortest parade thing they do, where they always have like.
I know they had bands like Sugar Ray and.
Maybe that's who I'm thinking of, but that's not like Sugar Ray. It's kind of whatever, but
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it's good.
Yeah, it's cool, and also Danny Trejo was there too.
That's more cool.
Yeah, that's. I was like,
Yeah.
I want to meet Danny Trejo.
Machete.
I want to meet Machete. You know,
Dude, who doesn't?
but yeah, like it's to me, it's like I just love music, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's also kind of why I wanted to also do your Arkansas music again.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry you just fired that back up too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't posted anything on that since like September of last year.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
But, to be fair, even then things were just kind of slow. There wasn't a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you had a wealth of shit to post, right?
Yeah, and I was also really focused on a lot of my stuff,
Band stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because again, being in a lot of bands, I have to always keep that updated.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Like with Espionage, because that's kind of like my one of my main focuses,
I was gonna say, yeah, y'all do a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we're now working with heavy hits now, and
Yeah.
we're booking shows out of state, and we're now getting traction that's like not from us having to reach out.
There you go.
Like the other day, we just got added to this radio station, and I never heard of them, and apparently,
They just found you.
yeah, they were, and it's up in New York,
Hey.
and I was like, whoa, I barely know anyone up in New York. That's really, really cool.
It's fucking awesome.
And now I'm like trying to get our stuff on Sirius XM just so.
Dude, shout out to bands. If y'all don't know about that little hack, getting on Sirius XM can do some real moves. If it gets in the right ear on just one little thing there, man, those songs can move.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think it because, who's listening to satellite radio?
A lot.
Every business, though, that's the thing. Like, it's so many, like, just always on radios, and your song will get crazy plays, even if, like, it's good for business to be on those Sirius channels.
Yes. And also, like, because I know a lot of people that use Sirius XM and satellite radio. It's like...
Do you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like...
I think I know, like, 3 or 4 people that have it. It's, like, in their car payment,
Mm-hmm. I mean, like... So I know that my parents definitely do.
Really?
My mom, she listens to, like, 3 different radio stations on repeat. It's, like, Lithium, Octane...
Everyone listens to Lithium, I think.
Yeah. Octane and Faction Punk.
Okay.
And
your mom listens to all those. That's so.
Man,
I've said it before. Your mom has some. You've got some cool parents. Dude.
She used to listen to liquid metal as well.
Yeah,
that's the death metal one.
Love it.
And my dad, he'll listen to Lithium as well, and now that I've started playing in heavier bands, he started to like listen to heavier stuff.
Yep.
And yeah, like he's like, I don't really like classic rock anymore. Like he
just found like a new realm of things to get into.
Yeah, cuz he's a big fan of like Flogging Molly and the Dropkick Murphys, and also just any form of punk rock. He loves it. Like I'll show him bands. I was like Flogging Molly's coming to Fayetteville with the band Anti-Flag.
Oh shit!
So I was showing my dad Anti-Flag.
You never heard of He never heard Anti-Flag? Wow.
No. And he was like, "Oh, I love this stuff."
Yeah.
And so now we're planning on going to
That's what's up.
And I'm going to be in the pit all night.
For sure.
Like I feel like it's
Is
what
that
I have to
at
do.
the amphitheater?
It's at like
the amp?
No, it's at JJ's.
What the fuck?
JJ's Live, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm pumped.
You're gonna have a great time. That's gonna be a crazy ass show. I didn't even know that was happening.
Yeah, it's like happening in like March or so.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna have to go to that.
Yes. If you've ever seen, even if you haven't seen Flogging Molly before,
I hear it's a great time. I haven't seen them live. No.
Oh, it's a great time.
That's what I hear.
So again, that's like my dad's favorite band, Flogging Molly. And last year we went on his birthday to go, and we got VIP stuff. So we got signed posters, and we also got to go up to the front, go to the railing early. And I was probably up there for about a good half the set before I said, I'm going to mosh. And I'm
going to leave you here now, Dad, by yourself. You going to be okay?
Well, he was also with my mom and my brother as well. So, and everyone, again, it was his birthday, and we were basically, kind of saying,
that's fun. It was on his birthday?
Yeah.
That's fun.
And they sang him happy birthday.
For real?
Yeah.
Aw.
And
that's wicked.
Yeah. He was like, that was like one of the coolest moments, because he was like,
pretty cool.
Almost starstruck. And then the lead singer like gets on, like later in the show, starts asking him, hey, how old are you? And then gives him a pint of Guinness.
Yo.
Like from the stage. He still has that can.
Absolutely.
Like he drank it, but he still has the can,
That's awesome.
And
you got a pint of Guinness from Flogging Molly on your birthday after they sang you happy birthday?
Yeah, like that.
What a badass story.
I know that I was like my dad, like when he had that happen, it was like I was like, whoa, like flogging Molly.
Yeah.
And we just love punk rock, you know, like the whole family.
Just a punk rock family.
Yeah. Like I just started getting my brother into more punk rock, and I've been dragging him to shows every now and then. Like
Yeah.
I dragged him to the Crash Cast cover show,
Yeah.
and he had a blast.
I would think so. And that was wild.
Yeah. Oh man, there was so many people. Like
It was intense. And the bands did amazing.
yeah, I don't know about you, but my favorite was definitely the Turnstile. You know,
My favorite was just Paramore, but that's just because my affinity for Paramore.
Paramore is so good.
But I will say that Tiny Towns, I mean, I've never seen Turnstile, but I can't imagine it was much different. Mm-hmm. Like, they did so good.
Yeah, it was.
I think all the bands did unbelievable. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think
100%.
crowd was lit the entire time, man. Singing
Yeah.
all the words to every song from every band. I was like, this night can't be much more perfect than this.
Yeah, it was. And plus, like the crowd was like, you know, the energy was there.
Dude, was it ever. Like, for every band, too.
Yeah.
And there was no lull, either. There was no, like, turn down or, like, where, you know, sometimes shows, like, people trickle out after a certain act or whatever.
No.
It was the same thing the whole time.
Exactly. And that's why, like, watching, like, being at that show was, like, that was, like, one of the coolest moments of 2022, you know?
It was up there for me. For
Like,
sure.
Yeah, like, and,
Like, just that many people in the same room having a good old time. And, like, there was no pressure. There was no nothing. It was just, we're all here just to sing along. It was like a giant-ass karaoke.
yeah.
But with your bands were playing the tunes. Your you know, your friends.
Yeah. Like, it's, and especially when you hear a whole crowd, you know, singing, it's like,
Oh, it was everyone. Up on stage, there were times where
it was louder.
it was louder than the band. I was
Yeah.
like, holy shit, dude. This is
Man.
wild.
Man, like, having that happen, like, whether it's your originals or not, you know, or covers, is like so awesome.
It's mind-blowing every time. Even when it's just a handful of people.
Right.
When somebody's belting it out and you get a little, you know, how 'cause sometimes it'll just kind of trickle into your ears. And you're like, well, that's not coming from us. You know, you're like, that's other people saying that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. How do they even know this? It's like, they listen to it.
Yeah. Well, so again, we use in-ears a lot.
Yeah.
Like my band does. And when there have been times where like the crowd is singing louder than like to the point where we can hear it even with our both of our ears in.
It gets wild.
And you're just kind of just
It's whoa.
you know, and you can't explain it. Like I can't, it's one of those things where it's just like playing, like that's what makes like music, you know, just like magical almost.
No, it's magic. I don't know that it's even almost. It's
Yeah.
like it's otherworldly when you're all connected, and especially, dude, the singing is really the thing. Mm-hmm. People are singing along, and you're up there, and you can hear it. And you're thrashing around, and it's kind of all happening at once, and it's seemingly like every emotion all at one time, and
Yeah.
your body's vibrating and tingling like you just, you know, ate a whole can of pre-workout. It's just like, this is unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
And you're all connected for, 30 minutes or whatever it is.
Yeah. I remember playing this one Espionage show. We had Zashed play along with Priya and this touring band called Trash.
Where was that?
It was at Vino's.
Was it at Vino's?
I believe you were there.
I think I was. Maybe. I can't remember.
It was like in October.
I don't remember, man. That sounds incredibly familiar, though.
Like there was a good amount of people, especially on a Wednesday night. Like there was probably about like 75 to like
Okay.
80 people.
I was there, and it was a good turnout. I never made it inside. I had been up. I was just like full-blown exhausted. I shouldn't have even come to the show. Like, because all I did was sit outside where the pizzas, you know, the what's that, the outdoor patio thing? I just sat there, just zonked the whole show. I was like, dude, I shouldn't have even come here. Like, I should have just went home.
Yeah, it was.
But there was an assload of people there.
Yeah, the thing was, it was just like people of just all different genres.
Yes.
You know, because I would see like the hardcore kids come out, and you know they would be watching Zashed, but then stick around for the rest of the bands. You would see the people who enjoy Midwest emo come out, you know.
Sure.
Because there's not a whole lot of Midwest emo that comes through, so being able to catch that, you know.
Absolutely.
And then when Priya got on, it was like, again, like Priya is like so good.
Yeah.
Like
super techy, technical, like everything's kind of, you know.
Yeah, and also Micah has like some great vocals.
Yeah, his vocals are wild.
And it was sad that they didn't play a whole lot, you know, because of time restrictions, but they still rocked it. Like I think every single band, you know, did like their best.
I think that's what we were just talking about in the podcast. So this would have been last week, according to how this is all going to come out. But there is something going on in Arkansas where like 98% of the bands are just so fucking good now that when you go to a show, mixed bill or not, you're getting a headlining set from everyone. Everyone is just fucking boom, boom, just punch, just uppercut, fuck you, boom, and you're just like,
yeah.
Then you got a band, you know, these children coming out just fucking right hooking you. Kyle, we're here too. And you're just like, man, fucking holy shit.
It's like what, like seeing that is just like it's just so crazy to me. Because again, like I haven't been in the scene for too long, you know, but this is like, we're reaching an Arkansas music renaissance.
For fucking, yes.
Like, and I think, like, even with the Banging in the Rock, you know, that brings a whole lot more to the table.
Every time anybody does something like that, like if it's hardcore, if it's rock and roll, if it's whatever, the more people are intertwined and the more people are going to those kinds of things, the more of a presence you build. It's like, you know, behind the scenes, people are paying attention if you think they are or not. Like your name, somebody leaves here and goes 5 states away and they're comparing what happened here to there. And they're telling everyone about it. They're telling their label about it, and the label's making mental notes of it. And that having a good night can go a long fucking way. And when you have a lot of good nights in a row, like what has been happening, man, and it's only going up. So you know it's just doing more and more and more. It's like it's a real, Arkansas is turning into a juggernaut where like the momentum, because it was even happening pre-Pandy. And it's after too, so the momentum was already so great, it kept going.
Yeah,
it didn't just fucking die and fall on the ground. Like it's full force.
Yeah,
just
I was
running.
I was like worried like how the scene was going to be. Like
I think a lot of people were.
Yeah, because I thought, oh, shows will never be the same again.
That's right.
But then when you go to the first one, when I went to, you know, the Terminal Nation show, it was like even though we had masks, it still felt as if it was like we've been doing this the whole time.
Yeah. It never skipped a beat.
Exactly. And then you see more and more and more, and coming up to how it's been, how it's evolved.
Right.
Like I'll go to Vino's on a regular night and still see a good crowd.
Oh.
Just
Dude, like a Tuesday,
yeah,
Wednesday.
It'd be a Tuesday, Wednesday night, and it's like no one, like, y'all guys are out here as if y'all don't have a job. Like
they're just hanging out. Everybody's got a drink in their hand.
Yeah.
And it's always like, for I'd say for the average, it's like mid. Like middle of that wall.
Yeah.
Which is dude, for a fucking Wednesday night, you got a middle of the wall crowd. That's fucking fantastic.
Yeah. Like, and especially if it's like, if you can get it to like the back table,
Bro,
like,
yeah, if it's to the back table, you're having a night.
Like,
you talking about that like where they play chess and shit, or like the checkerboards are?
Yeah, like
that green thing.
I've seen like Monday nights be like that.
Oh yeah.
And it's to me, it's the coolest thing ever, because it's, again, like bands like, because with bands like that,
Dude, there's been a bunch of that stuff that Stan and them brought through, or Evan brought through.
Yeah.
It'd be like a fucking Thursday, and it's just like, okay, there's fucking 200 people here. This is crazy.
Yeah, I was at that show. That was insane.
Nuts. You're like, wow, there's like people have to go to work tomorrow still. This is crazy.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, like, the whole like Banging in the Rock week, I have like probably hurt myself a lot,
There's a lot of footage of you in the mosh pits. Like, if you look, you can see you for sure.
So during it was a Fuming Mouth set where I stage dive, and like no one caught me.
I saw that.
So not only did no one catch me, but then people moshed that way.
I know that.
And I got fucking pushed all the way up to the stair.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, "You okay? You okay?" And I'm like, "Get out of the way."
Dude, it's on tape. You got freaking.
Yeah, I just, dude, it was bad.
Pretty bad.
And I thought, maybe that would be I know it's probably going to get crazier tomorrow, the next day. So maybe I should cool out for the rest of the night, just watch.
Don't hurt yourself.
Don't hurt yourself. And I'll go, and then also go to the after party, not hurt myself
Dude,
at all.
that was crazy too.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It was
It's 2 a.m. There was like 100 fucking people there, dude.
Yeah, I know. I was, and I could tell on like Will's face, because I'm pretty sure he thought it was gonna be like,
He thought 7 people were gonna show up, dude.
Yeah, and I was talking to him outside, and you can definitely see the face of regret on him, because he's like, I just want to go to sleep.
Please, God, let me go to sleep, please.
Yeah. And I love.
Hey man, you packed that house was packed.
Yeah, no,
at literally 2 a.m. I mean, and no cops came. Like, what the fuck?
No, there was like one cop that kind of showed up, but
they drove by.
Yeah, they drove by.
They were talking to him. They were like, "What are y'all drinking?" Blah blah. They were being cool as fuck,
yeah,
man.
Yeah, I was like, "Fuck yeah," It was, and just that, and it was a cool fucking night. Like, it was, and I just remember like getting home at like 3 a.m. and then waking up and then saying, "Well, time to start all over."
I'll see you again tonight at some point.
Yeah, you'll see me. You'll see me like, I might end up with a black eye.
Yeah. Don't be surprised if I come home with some scraps on my face.
Yeah. Sergey ended up with a black eye.
Ooh, buddy.
And I was like, who did that? And it was like Rachel. I was like, oh.
Honestly, it's crazy that more of y'all don't just like every show have like,
I know,
some post of a bruise or like a finger that's just bent back, or
just a missing arm, just.
Yeah,
There-
I've seen a couple halved arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought everything was like cool when it got to Dead Heat. That was like the second to last band, And then Zabulba gets on. So I don't know what to expect. I listen to a Zabulba here and there, but I never watched a show of theirs. I should have saw it as a bad sign when I was talking to all my friends who were really violent moshers saying, dude, I'm ready for Zabulba, dude. It's going to go off so hard.
That's your cue. Like, that's how you know.
I was like, yeah, man, yeah.
And just aloof,
no. I'm pretty sure that's why I always get hurt is because I never have that on. I'm just like, so oblivious to everything.
I feel you on that one.
I'm just like, yeah, man. And
wee smash.
Yeah, no, straight up. And so I walk up to Matt and I'm like, hey, you gonna mosh to Zabulba? He looks at me with a dead face, like as if I like offended him, and he was like, hell no! Do you not know what this is? And I'm like, no, what is this?
This is your death warrant.
Yeah, like he was like, if I were you, I would not be moshing,
Yeah.
And I was like, now that sounds like a threat. And then the band starts, and it's like an all-out war zone. I have not seen this amount of like hate moshing like ever.
Yeah.
Like this was the by far craziest pit that I've ever seen.
It can get real shocking sometimes.
And I have videos where it's just like, and it's just it looks like it's an all-out war, and it's. Or a bar fight's happening because of the amount of people that's getting hit. I got punched in the face at that show, and for a whole week, like my face was swollen.
Damn.
And I showed up to work that next day at like 8:30.
Ooh.
And like I was dead. I couldn't even chew anything because it hurt so bad.
Which was a Sunday too. You're working on a Sunday. Blood.
Yeah. Well, and because we had like some Christmas crap that we had to do.
Yeah.
But it was still like I just remember getting up, and my legs were just on fire. And then I'm like feeling my jaw, and I'm like, why is it so sore? Did I sleep wrong? Like
sleep wrong on my jaw?
Yeah, I know. Did I eat a bowl of nails And so then I go look in the mirror, and I look at my jaw, and it was
a little.
Yeah, it was swollen. It was so bad. And I had to go into work with everything swollen, and I showed up, and yeah, like everyone was like, "What happened to your face?" And I was like, and then I show them a video, and half of them were like, "And you enjoy this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, like it's cool. You want to come? You want to come to the show? Yeah. It's fun.
It's fun. You'll have a great time.
Yeah.
Also, I can't eat today.
Yeah, I know.
Just liquids.
Just like
Skinny King. Somebody go to the Smoothie King.
Do you got some pudding? Like, and it was just
probably had a fracture in your jaw.
Probably.
Probably sounds like.
You know what? It's worth it, and it swole down. I guess it's healed.
Sure. I mean,
yeah.
If so long as you can talk and eat, you're fine.
Yeah, I don't have any pain. I don't really have pain. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Bones heal. It's fine.
Exactly.
It's fine.
Exactly. Like we're not gonna talk about it. We're just gonna move on.
I've definitely broken some knuckles and fractured some fingers and just been like,
yeah,
just keep going.
Yeah, that's kind of what you got to do.
I mean, yeah. Oh, look, I got some paint on there.
Were you painting something?
Yeah, we made a backdrop for Kurt's photography stuff.
Oh.
It's like this baby pink, like Pepto. There's going to be like another color eventually, but for right now, it's like, it's just that. Like, that is the color right there.
Okay. I mean, that's pretty cool, though.
It's neat. It's on like a big giant canvas. It's probably like it's probably that tall. Tall as that wall. Yeah. And then it's wide as this table.
Wow.
Yeah. It's big.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I also really like the backdrop that you have over here.
Shout out to Maddie. This was her like high school or not high school. What do I say? I say high school every fucking time. It's like college, like end of the road thing. Thesis, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, have like the final thing you do. This is that. And there's way more of it too. Like if you put your hand back here, there's more of this wall. Like it's bigger than it.
Wow.
Like it fills this whole wall up, but it'll fill up like 12 full feet.
Whoa.
Yeah, so like it's a good size. It's awesome. Like the whole like vibe was gonna be like, because used to this was just in my house. So when we were like, let's build a studio, we had like this venue thing. That's where like the cabinets come from and shit like that.
Yeah.
And the idea was grander than the ability to pull it off, but we're getting there. And then we were gonna have like curtains. Like you see these curtains?
Yeah.
These were supposed to be here, and we were gonna put a kick drum on the table.
Ooh.
And then we're gonna have the Crashcast logo in the kick drum.
Yeah.
And just have it like lit up,
Yeah.
And then we went to her graduation, not graduation, whatever that is, whatever that thing is, her event. And this was there, and we were like, well, clearly, like, hopefully we can just get this, because this is like a punk rock venue of modern day.
Yeah.
This fits perfectly.
Yeah, I just can't help but just to keep looking over here, and it's just
It's endless. Like, dude, it's all down underneath. Like it covers every square inch of everything you can think of.
Watching, like, rabbits,
Yeah.
just, like, go across it.
It's almost like popcorn ceilings, when you sit in your bed at night and you just stare up at the ceiling, you're like,
Yeah.
1, 2, just like start seeing shapes in there and shit.
start counting them.
But it's also ever
There's-
evolving. So like every time we have a guest on,
Yeah.
yourself,
Like these skull of markers here, like even when you leave here, like you sign it or tag it or do whatever you want.
Oh, that's sick.
It's like everyone that comes in gets to do that also. So like it's this always turning. There's new stickers,
Yeah.
Hall, like so much stuff. And then
That is so
behind
cool.
you is about to be a merch wall.
Oh.
Like this whole wall from that window pane to the left is going to be all t-shirts.
Oh, that's gonna be sick.
Yeah. And then this will be more photos.
Yeah, I'm really liking the way that you have everything.
It's coming together.
Yeah, it's definitely coming together.
I think, like I said, the idea was much bigger than the ability to pull it off. But now that we've had some time and some thought and like going over all the little things, it's coming together. It's starting to piece by piece. Like we already got one piece of merch. We got some more out there. Like it's happening. It's exciting.
Yeah, man. This is
It's sick.
yeah. This is kind of like if I ever had like my own small like building, this is definitely what I would put in there.
Right. Some sort of like studio film, just to film things, sit down, do a podcast or do YouTube or.
Yeah, it's because I've always been interested in doing something like that,
Right.
and but then again, it's also like you have to have everything just kind of right, just right in order to do it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and no. Like, kind of, you just kind of got to do it. That's what we did. We finally just broke the foot off and went, "Fuck it, we have to start. If you don't start, it's just never gonna happen." So
That is fair.
we jumped way the fuck in, real deep, and then we kind of pulled ourselves back up a little bit, and we're like, "Oh fuck, that's hard to do."
Yeah,
Because when you watch something on YouTube, it's real easy to forget that these people have teams of people working on this shit, and we're just two fucking dudes that have a whole. We also have lives and shit that we have to.
yeah,
Make work as well. Well, I do. But still, that's a lot of things, to be pushing around and moving around and doing. So, But it's working. We're finding the right things. We're finding the right tools. Like I'd like, like one more microphone so I can have 2 people. And then like that requires a bigger interface. So it's all just kind of like money and time at this point. We know what we want and need. We just have to take our time to get it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's...
Like our Patreon paid for this. Like this all got paid for through Patreon subscribers.
Wow.
Shout out Patreon, Crashcast. Go check it out. We've just filmed a bunch of stuff for that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of work to do while you're gone.
And then I've got another one I'm going to start doing, like, while I'm gone probably. I'll do the first one. So it's, again, like, we started a Patreon. Might have started it too soon, but now we're finally to the point where it's like, okay, now we know what that looks like. Now we know what it is. Now we know what kind of content to put on it. Like, we have new shirt designs that are going up on Patreon soon. They're already in the thing. And we probably need to make like an actual like merch store.
Yeah, you have to make it a time to where they can just order.
Yeah, I might actually fuck with that while I'm gone. Like at night, I'm gonna have fuck all to do except talk to my wife on the phone. So I might just sit down and start. I still actually I have yours. I don't have it finished, but I have it like blocked out. Remember the shirt?
Oh yeah, that's also I don't get like how, because I've always wanted to ask you, like, how do you pick always like the weirdest picture, like weirdest times where I have like some weird like face. It's almost impeccable timing.
You're just always doing something at the right moment. I think it's the other way around.
Do you mean like pictures you happen to be in?
Yeah.
Well, when you do the whole crop into the pit thing,
So
Zach's always like...
If you just happen to be in the pit, like making a funny face, half the time I don't even notice that until someone screenshots.
It's everyone else picking it out.
It's literally like you see it's literally like I'll look, if I'm at a show and then someone's taking photos. It's almost like a Where's Waldo type of deal, where it's because
I feel like every time Kurt drops a photo, that's a lot of. If it's a crowd photo, a lot of people are like in there, like who's who, what's what, who's this face.
And even at the My Hands to War show at the Eyes Up House, where I was just chilling, I was just like headbanging along. All of a sudden, I get tagged, and it's me doing a stank face.
Always a stanky face.
Sometimes I notice that stuff. Half the time, no clue.
Dude, doing the stanky face. That's Zach Smith's like whole MO.
My primary when I'm looking at that is like, does the band look cool? Are there people in the photo? So it looks like it's like
there was a
big thing.
I don't know who posted it. Maybe it was Kurt. I can't remember. Maybe it was you. Somebody had like, how many stank faces can we find of Zach in all these show photos? Remember? And so I messaged you. I was like, hey, I think I have a really good idea for you to use to like make a show happen or like get a bigger band in. Remember we tossed ideas around? So now I'm going to say it publicly. It'll hold me to it because I have it blocked out. I just need to finish it. I'm going to do, you know how the Andy Warhol, Marilyn Monroe, the 4-box and then it's multicolored each one? I'm going to do that, but with his face stank on it and put it on a shirt to sell. And he was like, well, I don't want the money. And I was like, well, we can use it to like bring a band in. So we'll do it as a fundraiser and everyone can just wear like a yellow shirt with like hot pink Zach faces to just.
Or maybe you'll get the one that's like the ultimate rarity. It's the one with me in the Vino ski mask.
Oh, I have that.
Man,
I have that.
Oh, you already have that?
No, I have that on my phone. I see it pretty frequently. Actually, I think it's hilarious.
The thing is so Lake, the door person, they would come up to me and say, "Hey, Zach, yes. Do you wanna wear it?" And like they would come up to me acting as if they're trying to sell me drugs, and it's like, you wanna wear it?
You wanna wear my mask?
Yeah, and at this point, I don't even know where it's been. It's probably been on the heads of like many people, but
I have a weird thing about that.
Yeah, it's
see me my head itch just thinking about it.
And like, and yet. Because I'm smart, I'm like, you know what? Sure, give me that. and then I wear it for like maybe 30 seconds before it gets too hot.
Yeah. Always.
Because
it's a fucking full face ski mask, man.
Yeah.
In a closed room.
It is, but then again, it is also the best ski mask that I've ever seen.
I don't know. You rocked it for quite a while at the. Was it Mismanage?
Oh yeah,
Which show was? Yeah, it was Mismanage.
I know. Yeah, it was. I think it was Mismanaged. There was also. I also did it with the Halloween cover show.
Yep.
And I've done it a lot.
You have.
Yeah, there's like so many different things that I've.
It's just really funny because when you're on stage, you have like that intense stage vibe, you know, like that Zach Smith, and so but all you see is this.
Yeah,
just those eyeballs, those serious eyeballs,
and just that face, just. I literally. So we were setting up for the Halloween show for System of a Down, and for the show I didn't really have a costume, so I just went to the nearest like Party City and like bought like a green jumpsuit and wore the ski mask, and I just called myself the last minute robber just because everything was so last minute. And
it's like the most last minute thing ever.
Yeah, I know. And
y'all did really good though.
Oh well, thank you.
It was very nice.
Well, what was funny about it was like as I was setting up, and each time that I would walk into Vino's with it on, like there was one time, so there was one of those times where I just walked in with it, and because I like showed up to the side first.
Yes.
And then I went
around to the front door.
Yeah. And there was, and I think I accidentally scared like someone that was, because
it's fair. The man just walked into an establishment with a ski mask. That typically only means
and a green jumpsuit.
Yeah.
and they looked, because I was trying to order a pizza, and they were just like.
You're like, excuse me, how do you spell shoot you in the fucking face?
Yeah. They were just like, who's under there? And I was like, oh, it's me, Zach.
It's me, Zach.
And they were like, you're playing again tonight, are you? I'm pretty sure it's at this point. They probably think the only reason I play in so many bands is just to get their free pizza.
You're just really poor.
I know.
Yo, shout out. That's a fucking that's a gimmick right there, dude.
Listen, okay.
Find the venues that pay in food and just play every night of the week.
Exactly. Like and Vino's pizza is good.
Yo, maybe we should low key start doing that. Be like, do you have any talent whatsoever? And be like, oh, you do. Here's that instrument. Go to this venue. Tell them you'll play for a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
And see what happens.
Yeah.
No, like, I would just say that you're like a noise band, you know.
Seen those. I mean,
I've seen some pretty cool ones. But
I've seen one really memorable one was in like this old theater, but it can be cool. It has to be done very right. Mm-hmm. You got to be pretty fucking talented, I feel like, to pull that off where everything's different all the time.
Exactly.
What are we at? So are we, what time is Zashed?
You're gonna miss one regardless now.
Fuck.
At 7:30, what time is it? Is it really? We're not that far. If we're close, can we go? We could probably make it the middle of the set.
Let's
save. You want to go?
Yeah, let's go.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo.